One of the reasons that the cricket card hobby is just so fascinating for me is the history of the cards and the rarity of some of these issues. So I can't get tired of looking at this one. Obviously, I mentioned in my previous video that this Hoadley set is very rare. The best estimate I've heard is that there might be 30-ish copies of each of these cards, right? So is it 25 copies or 40 copies or 50? I don't know. But I would be surprised if there were more than 50 copies of these. So for American collectors, I grew up hearing about the Honus Wagner card that was, I think kind of advertised as the rarest card in the world. I would say this card's about as rare as the Honus Wagner, probably a little bit rarer. I think the estimate now is that there's 50 to 60 copies of the Wagner. I would just say ballpark for this, maybe 30 to 40. So anyway, the Hoadley's card, very rare. Why am I talking about that? Because I'm going to be sharing some cards that are in fact a good bit rarer than the Hoadley's and a ton rarer than the Honus Wagner. The first being this sugar product set. So I already had this Hammond and just love it. It's the only known copy of this card in the whole world. I just picked up 4 more cards from the set. So all of these cards are the only known copy of this subject. The theory is that there's 2-part sets that were collected in a very short period of time. This is from Hobart, which is a city in Tasmania, or Tassie. And this company was very short-lived. Check out the video, Cricket Cards on YouTube. Definitely a more professional and I would say better YouTube channel than mine. Check that out to learn more. But I had the opportunity to pick up a lot of 4 of these together, including 2 players that I collect, Hall of Famers, McCabe and Larwood. And all 4 of these are from what's considered to be the nicer of the 2 subsets that were collected. Some of the cards look like this, and then some of the cards look like this. So that's why they think that there were 2 collectors that probably had part sets that have now kind of moved into the world. So to tell you how rare these are, there's 21 known subjects that have been that have surfaced, and only 29 total cards. So there are 2 Bradmans that are known. Wish I had one of those. I don't. But there's, I guess, 8 subjects that have 2 cards known. Actually, there's one that has 3. And then there's about, whatever that is, 14 subjects that only have 1 known card. And all 5 of these are the only known card. So one of the cool sets, the rarest Bradman probably that's known, is part of this set. And obviously, these are the rarest. We're tied for the rarest of these players because there's only 1 known copy. But that's not all. I also got another rare group of cards through a trade with a good friend from Australia. These are the 1928-29 Douglas cards, which are rare, but these ones are much rarer. The reason being, these are the blank back. So are these proof cards? Probably. I've only seen 2 lots of these ever surface. And the guy I traded from is not aware of many collectors having these. So this probably is the 2nd largest collection of these in the world. The other one just sold. This is a rare set, as I mentioned. The Jody Bridges Bradman book has the 1950 W.C. Douglas set listed as an R9. So the regular Douglas cards, which I've bought a few, I have the Hammond, which I probably should have brought for the video so you could have seen the back, but you could look this up. You can see what the back looks like. But I have the regular Hammond, and now I have the blank back. The best estimate I've heard is that there might be somewhere in the range of 50 to 80 copies of these cards out there in the world. And that's the regular back. So these blank backs, I would guess probably less than 5 copies of each in the world. If someone knows of more, let me know, but that's my best guess. And another cool thing, Larwood, his rookie cards from this era, the 1928 era. This is the same pose that he has on some of his other rookie cards, but this one probably his rarest that could be considered a rookie card from that 1928 season. Unfortunately, they did not put Bradman in this set. That would have been cool, but I think the reason being that, I'm not exactly sure why Bradman. I guess these are only English cricketers. That would make sense. I was thinking it was the English and the Australians. But there you go. Very cool set. And then one final grouping I picked up. These 3 cards, which were cards I had never seen before, so I kind of took a shot on them. And I do think that I picked up some very rare ones. My understanding is this is a 60 card set, but not all 60 of the cards have ever surfaced. So that's how rare this is. Probably only a few copies or less of each subject are out there. And these are from the early 1920s from Great Britain, like 1922 to 1925 is the estimate. And they have different kind of stamps on the back or different confectionery companies. The thing I really liked about these are stamped with Poppletons. And Poppletons has a very nice set from 1926 that's very rare. When I saw this Poppleton stamp on cards I didn't know anything about, I figured I should pick them up. So there you go. Some of the rarer cards out there. Very happy to add these. Still doesn't compare to the Bradman Hoadleys, which isn't quite as rare, but definitely is a special card. But these Sugar Products cards are quite amazing. And anytime you can pick up, I think, rare proof type cards with blank backs, I always think that's cool too. So let me know what you think. What do you like?